have something I want you to drink.
I'm not falling for that again. Tell me what it is first.
Boiled stainwood bark and wasp apple juice. Does wonders for the digestion.
My digestion is doing just fine.
Right. No, you're right. It's probably some other offensive smell coming from something else.
Well, you've done most of the cooking. Go easy on the peppers for a change.
Nothing to be embarrassed about. Just drink the stuff. I made enough for the week.
I'd prefer candied ginger, but thanks.
Right. Yatsley was asking if there were earthquakes earlier today. I figured you'd rather get through this sooner rather than later. Envoy, I'm not ready to go to Solace. Maybe there's another way. Maybe we can fashion some kind of flying boat? No, I can't. They won't so much as look at you without a caravan of trade goods behind you. You might need me to get in. I'll be fine. You know me. Taking things too seriously, assuming the worst. I mean, they don't execute deserters anymore. Right. Okay, that helped. Thanks. Won't be the last either. I can promise you that. It's just survival. Always be prepared for the worst, and you'll never be caught unaware. Isn't that the same, though? You're preparing for the worst, same as me. There is something that's bothering me. Specifically, if you can spare a moment. Since we entered the Tusks, I've been getting these flashes of memory. Like there are answers in my head I can't get to. They seem to be about a village, somewhere north of Solace. Fear and sorrow, but also answers. I don't know. It could be the worst idea ever, but this is the first time I've felt like there might be answers out there. Anyway. Pleasant dreams.
How does one become a scout?
Why? You looking to... to pick up the craft?
Oh, no. Unfortunately, I would only be a useful guide in some godless ruins, and I don't know that I'm quite ready to share yet. No, I just wonder how you ended up guiding clueless kids across the lands.
Solace taught me a lot, but I picked up most of my skills just surviving on my own. Spent a lot of time just trying to not be in Solace. Once I left, it just seemed like the right thing to do. A lot of people need help to survive out here.
You didn't want to do anything else? Have any other dreams?
What else would I do? I'm not really good at anything else. Try growing up with that volcano on the horizon. You learn early on how fragile life can be.
Welcome to Serena's Mercy, outsider. There's nothing for you to see here. Move along.
Right now!
Will you pipe down over there?
I'm innocent!
No. You gave the goods back. Something else.
This farce of a justice system answer for itself.
Do you do this every day? Grow today, grow tomorrow. Hope you're looking forward to it. Move along.
Oh, thank the gods. Finally.
Renato here was selling our grave goods to traveling merchants. Don't let him tell about maps and causes. He's a common thief.
I admit I took a few things from Pargrunan memorials. And I admit the caravans paid me a good price for them. Expeditions have come.
It's Cosmine. Just let me handle this.
Mar? Marius? No. You must be a ghost. A curse.
Oh, that would be news to me.
You're alive. You... Asshole! You show your face now? Now?
Several times, but I hit more than I missed.
We used to be friends. Or so I thought. But then this Jitule left. Unannounced. No note, no nothing. Didn't even say goodbye to Iancu. And now you cozy up here, after 3 years, with an adherent godlike, no less? No offense. What are you all doing at the ass end of the living lands anyway?
You know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't important. We need to speak to the council.
You know the rules. Outsiders cannot enter without express permission of the council.
Or with an honored warden.
Which you are not. I shouldn't even be talking to either of you. It's forbidden. Why, you pencil-pushing, goat-kissing little bookworm! I ought to stop you for that!
Try it, and see how quickly I forget that we both grew up here. Do you think the council will care about your promises when a death guard in her army turns Solace inside out?
Fuito, Marius. You've grown an edge since you left. I'll let you in, but be warned. Solace is not as it was, Marius.
I doubt it. Nothing really changes in Solace.
You'll see for yourself. The council isn't what it was. Keep a watchful eye. Lower it on down. Quickly now.
Wait a minute. Solace is damned impressive. Just be aware, people of Solace are just as stubborn as its walls. Gods. Here we go.
Deep breaths, Marius. We're right here.
If it's the new recruit playing games again, I'm going to face. It's just like no. It's the lack of sleep. It's impossible. But still. They'll let anyone in these days, huh? They don't get paid enough for this.
I believe they didn't tell me about the outlet.
All right. Took you long enough.
Wait, you're not from the hunting party. Where's the hunting party? They were supposed to be here an hour ago.
Idiots. Better not have gotten themselves killed. We need the supplies. I swear if they'd gotten them...
You look just like Nandru. You have his markings. The council is going to lose its mind.
Mihala is going to... I don't even know what Mihala is going to do. This has never happened.
I can't wait to see what the council will say. Duty won't feed us, Mother. Duty won't keep us from dying.
How dare you talk to your mother that way?
But Kostya says that Solace Keep is nothing but a crypt. We'll die in here. I'm so tired of listening to you. Kostya this, Kostya that. Solace Keep protects us all. I don't want to hear another word.
An outlander.
Don't mean to be disrespectful, but we'd prefer not to deal with your kind. What's wrong with talking to the Outlander, hmm? We need outside opinions. We need medicine. You're sick, Mother.
Pargrunen affairs are Pargrunen affairs. We don't speak of them to outsiders.
Even if it costs you your life, Mother? You'd rather die than ask for help from an Outlander?
Kostya has a lot to answer for, poisoning our youth's minds with these ideas.
Once again, Outlander, we did not ask for your opinion. Leave us before we call for a warden's assistance. Why won't you listen? If we don't change our ways, the Pargrunen are done for. I don't want to hear another word of this.
An outlander. What do you
Don't
think
mean
it
to be
means?
disrespectful,
What do you
but
think
we'd
what
prefer
means?
not to deal with your
Outlander
kind.
coming to Solus Keep. What do you think it means? Is it a sign from Nandru?
A sign from Nandru? Let Rihala hear you say that. She'd throw you in the lava. Is that Marius? He's alive?
Welcome back to Wodika's Nails, an outsider. Nobody told me to expect outsiders. Welcome to... something like that, yes. Apologies for staring. Do you have any questions about Solus Keep? I've never seen anyone quite like you, is all. No, that's not entirely true. All I'll say is, take a good look at the big statue of Nandru, this keep's founder, when you enter the main hall. A word of warning before you enter. You are the first outsiders to visit the keep in longer than I know. The point is, my brethren won't be used to you. Keep that in mind. Farewell, outsider. Walk with the gods, outsider.
Sanctuary of Nandru. Hasn't changed a bit.
It is carved from stone.
Maybe we should open up for more trade. You think Kostya's right, huh? Think of the salted fish we could get trading with Thirdborn. Better than this mystery meat. That's for sure.
Damn. Outsiders in the keep? Joffrey really must be shit at commanding the wardens if you got in. Marius? You're back? God's alive. I never thought I'd see you again.
Mina, is that you? Didn't recognize you with all that whiskey smell around you.
The whiskey helps me sleep. I've been working extra shifts without Petru here. Things would be a lot better if he was still in charge. Something must have happened to him. It's law in the keep that we don't ever leave Solace. Ever. Not unless we're on assignment at an outpost. Your friend Marius here is an example as to what happens if we do. Some people don't like that. Petru... he skirted the rules. Has some project out there, at that abandoned warden tower. He usually goes out for a day or two, but always comes back. It's been weeks now, and nothing. I figure something must have happened to him. Who knows what's out there? Attacked by Zarips, killed in a lava flow. I don't know. Petru's always been cagey about it. We've been friends for years, but he still keeps his journal to himself. Insists it's for the good of Solace, though, and I'm inclined to believe him. He's the best captain the Wardens have ever had. Look, I know it's not your business, but you're the only one who can go in and out of the keep. If you happen to go by the abandoned Warden Tower, just to the northwest of Solace, keep an eye out for him, all right? Even a clue as to where he is would help. Maybe I'd be able to convince Joffrey to send someone after him. Never thought I'd see an outsider do more for me than my own people. Thanks, Adiren.
Sometimes people just leave. He's probably drunk somewhere feeling bad about it.
That's it. I'm cutting you off, Mina. You're talking nonsense.
Zaka, and you know it. You're too scared of Mihala to even think otherwise.
What do you want? Depends on what you care about. There's a bounty board you can check if you need coin. I heard something about the trade caravan, but I've yet to see hide nor hair of them. And Mina here's been blubbering for a while, if you're really desperate for something to do. But that's all I've got. So, what do you want? Suit yourself.
Maybe we should open up for more trade.
What do you want?
Kostya's right, huh?
I heard, but that's all I've got. Suit yourself.
Better than this mystery, that's for sure.
Listen, everyone wants seconds, okay? You can get back in line or wait until next meal. Well, I don't... thought you were... let me start over. I am the ringleader of the circus. No one does anything without a belly full of whatever we're warming up here today. Honestly, Marius here would catch something better than I could rustle up for you.
Nah, I just do what I do. You make last week's salt pork taste like this week's salt pork.
Take a compliment, Amakul. You're a good hunter. Always were. I have a little time to chat right now. What can I do for you? Oh, my friend, let me tell you something. It's best not to worry about what's in the food. We eat what we have. We depend mostly on our hunters and patrols to bring back whatever they can find. Of course, that means I have to be creative to find ways to make everything edible and palatable, at least. See? Thank you. That's what I tell these Komai, but they keep complaining. Trust me, if I could throw together something new, I'd do it. But this is Solace. Tradition dictates you eat what you get. Councillor Kostia wants things to change around here. He wants to work with the other settlements to increase trade. Imagine it. Fish from Thirdborn, wild game from Paradis, produce from Fior Mesiverno. Tradition says we have to survive without help from the outside world, or we'll never survive. Tradition has kept these walls standing. It makes sense why we'd be slow to risk losing that. Well, I couldn't tell you. And I skinned it myself. Best of luck out there, my friends. And stay away from this stew. Greetings. What can I do?
Feel like making yourself useful, outsider? Welcome to the Tusks, outsider. Be courteous while in Solis's halls, and you shall remain welcome. Check the board for bounties. Anything catch your eye, feel free to take it on. You'll be rewarded accordingly. No. Our fighters are more than capable, but they are stretched thin. Times are hard. But that's life here in the Tusks. Resources are scarce out here. We need to cull the competition if we are to survive. Be safe out there. We've taken to calling it the Spore King. Not sure when it started or who is to blame, but the name stuck, unfortunately. Be careful with this one. We believe it's the source of the beetles infesting the region. Put that poor husk out of its misery. Destroy it, so that the soul within can be freed. Be careful with those ogres. Bastards are tough. Be careful. Some of our best wardens were lost to that thing. Bereth guide their souls to a better life.
Warden's crown, an outsider here?
So you're the outsiders my guards let you to the keep. Sucker. Now I'm going to have to deal with Kazmin. And you're accompanied by a deserter.
There's the Joffrey I know. Still calling your parents by their first names.
Yes, I am. Every time I visit them. You should try it sometime. If you've a complaint, can it wait? I'm already dealing with enough. Ha! You're an outsider, and outsiders aren't allowed in Solace Keep. You lot are the only kith around who aren't dwarves. Or hadn't you noticed? And now one of my wardens has let you in. Mihala is going to ream me for this. That's because none of this is my job. Not really. Mihala ordered me to take over for our Captain Petru until he comes back, but it's been weeks and no one's heard anything. Not one I wanted. This post has been exhausting. Mihala said it was council business, but there's nothing in his office. No journal, nothing. One of my wardens, Mina, is convinced something happened to him, but I don't have the time or resources to spare. Wish I knew. Mina's been distraught ever since Petru disappeared, so I've relieved her of her duties. I can't have one of my wardens like this, drunk and useless. She's likely over in the bar, drowning her sorrows. If there's anything to know about Petru, she'd know it.
We ran into Petru in Emerald Stair. What has he gotten himself into? Odd for the captain of the guard to disappear like that. Let's look into this.
Wake up, Mother. It's me, your little grubbling.
Oh, my dear. It's been so long. How is my grandson, that little blight?
Mother, I saw you earlier. Don't you remember?
No, my little grub. I'm sorry. But where is your boy?
He's just on patrol. He'll be back soon.
Make it quick, Adiren.
Mihala is to blame. We need to open our gates to the world lest it leave us behind. Absolutely. Can you imagine if we had access to fresh crops from shore? Or all of the goods that pass through Paradise?
Mihala understands the importance of tradition. Nandru chose this place for a reason. Exactly.
Outsider. Fanny, what do you want? You need something? Never once, and now that I have, I can't say I care for it. Leave our keep and our garden be. That's all I'll say on that.
If I were gonna have a drink with one of the gods, I'd pick Abidan.
I feel like a shrine of Abidan among the Forges of Solace is rather self-explanatory.
Mogren's got plenty of followers among Rawatai soldiers, too.
You can't survive this close to a volcano without a healthy reverence for Mogren.
The outsiders. Welcome. I hope you don't mind if I shout a bit. feel like it's impossible to hear anything over all this banging and quenching. Indeed, when they came down to tell us that we had outsiders about, I swore I misheard. I probably should have cleaned up the place. Indeed. Some of it is all the noise, but some of it is that I'm new to this job. Hazing is what it is. I am Forge Master Della. Recently appointed, I should add. Old Master Tassa passed away, and the council appointed me.
Master Tassa died? I figured that old lady would live forever.
So did I. Turns out death comes for us all. Surprised me, too. I assume so. Maybe Tassa did it herself. I know I wouldn't have put my own name on the list. No, that's not it. I'm just worn rough because I don't get to do the work anymore. Stand here and watch these Komai do it. I get compensated just like everyone else. I just also get a place in the Obsidian Quarter with the officers. You came down here for a reason. What can I do for you? I know. A shrine to Abidan in a forge. How unique. What can I do for you? We have mines throughout the tasks, though most of them were abandoned until very recently. Most of our material comes from reforging old equipment. Someone dies or retires and we make something new from their stuff.
It's a fine tradition, if you don't mind going on patrol in your dead uncle's old pants.
Mock all you like, outcast. This way has worked for centuries. Like most things around Solis, they got too costly and dangerous to maintain. The Council thought it best to close them down. Council of Kostya has argued to get some of them open again. We might be getting some new ores sometime soon. Is that Abidan's shiny beard? It is! Star metal! I've only had the pleasure of working with it a few times before. These days I work more with a quill than a hammer, but I think I can make an exception for this. And if the Council doesn't like it, they can make someone else Forge Master. Oh, I'd be a happy man to be working the Forge again. Oh, how I miss it! The heat of the flowing lava. The feeling of power as you shape metal to your liking. The rush of adrenaline when an errant spark lights your beard aflame. The burn of sore muscles that have worked a hammer for hours. The rhythmic tune the metal sings as you work it. Huh? What makes you say that? Oh, is it... Oh, no, never mind. Let's not get carried away, huh? Back to business. I could refine and sharpen the material into a sword, certainly. A simple enough ask once you know the secrets of star metal. Alternatively, there's something I've wanted to make since the last time I had my hands on this stuff. A star metal archivist. Now that sounds like a proper challenge. May Abidan guide my hand, and this trial be worthy of Magrin's attention.
This ought to be good.
Here it is, a firearm unlike any other. I call it the Moonstrike Arquebus, for it will strike your enemies as fiercely as Abidan's hammer struck the falling moon. You will not find them lacking. That said, this material is unlike any other metal. It is superior in nearly every way, and an unmatched challenge to work. I want to see what else I could do with it. Bring me more fragments, and I will forge for you a blade unlike any other. Though with more star metal, I may be able to upgrade the Moonstrike Arquebus a bit more. Ah, if I knew where to find these shards, I would have done so already!
One moment.
I have to bring this to the Council's attention. No, I couldn't bust. It's too precious. Safe. In the drawer.
Outsiders. In the halls, Nandru built himself.
The very image of Nandru indeed. The gods send you at the most opportune time. A word, please. Ah, the infamous Ediran envoy. I'd heard of your resemblance to our illustrious founder, but I'd hardly believe it if I weren't seeing it for myself. The monks tell us that Nandru had a special connection to the land, a sense for where to find things. I wonder if you share it. No, but you surely share a connection. One that has brought you here at this exact moment, for a reason. Our hunters can track beetles, birds, and boars, but do you know what the most elusive quarry in the tusks is? Ah, you Edirans. As businesslike as I'd heard. It's water, of course. And yet you'd never know it from the way the councillors fuss. It's all tradition, this. Tradition, that. Paradoxical, isn't it? The councillors would tell you this is our calling. Their detractors say it's our prison. Me, I'm just concerned about keeping us all alive. There's an old godless aqueduct system in slumbering fields far to the southwest. I sent a team to start repairs, but I haven't heard from them. And acknowledge that someone else came here before us and built something worth preserving? That's Pargroon pride for you. I call it damn fool stubbornness, since we're all friends. But now that a steady water supply is a bigger concern than cultural pride, the next problem is finding my team. They were supposed to work on the section just north of the southern guard tower. You probably passed it when you entered the Tusks. Watch your step in slumbering fields. There's no telling what's been stirred up out there.
Jitule! What am I going to do? Oh, good. Someone's come along. I can't believe the only person that stopped is an outsider. Will you help me, please? Ugh, my hammer. One of the smiths down below sold it to me, and I'm not likely to get such a fine one again. But with all the construction going on here, still, I slipped and dropped it. I think it's somewhere down there. Do you think you can find it, Honestly, I don't even remember. It all started when my grandfather was a baby. I think something about restoration.
Solace has been under constant construction since Nandru set the first stone.
It does not matter. Can you save my hammer or not? There isn't exactly a surplus of them around here, especially not one that's held to the caliber of the ones in the smithy. Please, I can't afford... Honest, it all...
So...
It does... Oh, Murti, you are a lifesaver. I'll wait right here. You're back! Did you find my hammer? Ah, you have done me a great service, Amakul. Murti, envoy, may your kindness be repaid swiftly. Found a spider the size of my face in the quarters last night.
Again?
An outsider! I've never seen someone so tall.
Take pride in our home, fellow Pagrunan, for Solace is an impenetrable fortress that can withstand any assault.
Never heard a speech full of such bluster.
It's not the content, but the interpretation that bothers me.
Now, the walls of Solace have never been brought down by words alone.
I think his words and his breath combined.
Move along, outsider. Consultation hours are... Oh my. Well, you must admit, it is striking. We pass on the oral histories of Solace and seek to uncover those historical knowledge we have lost over time. In return, the unenlightened Jituli of Solace curse, spit, and throw objects at us. It is truly a symbiotic relationship. All philosophy is controversial here. Thoughts that do not challenge tradition might as well be tradition themselves. Ah, our beloved founder. Nandru sought to create a sanctuary in the deadliest part of the island. He called it Solace. Many believe Nandru was led here by a spirit guardian of some kind. Others believe he was simply an excellent judge of location. Regardless, many of his traditions remain in place to this day, while others may have fallen by the wayside. He was compassionate, eccentric, and charismatic. He knew how to draw out the best in his people. A true leader. Tradition says that when he knew his life was ending, he sought quiet solitude, knowing his work here was complete. Not a word of tradition, spoken or written, speaks ill of our founder. It is perhaps the only thing on which we all agree. If you ask these absolute Zaribs, they'd say not at all. I maintain that our solace is more in Sorina's vision than Nandru's. Our founder envisioned a safe place for all who reside or explore in the Tusks. An admirable goal, certainly. Sorina's vision was more about safety for the people already within Solace. Outsiders be damned. Ah, blessed Sorina. She led Solace's rise from the ashes centuries ago, when an attack breached the walls and ruined our keep. She was a forceful and diligent leader who oversaw the rebuilding of the keep and established new traditions to keep us safe. Many, myself included, believe her traditions conflicted with Nandru's, which were more suited to a solace in peacetime. Well, that is a topic of much discussion. We know that in the end, Nandru sought peace and solitude. Some foolish souls say that Nandru traveled to the garden, and that he enjoys an afterlife of peace and bliss. Hogwash. I believe Nandru died alone, having found his silence at last. Nandru would never have considered bliss a true reward. Unfortunately, all we have is belief. Nandru's remains were never found, and no record exists of his passing. If you ask about the tilled ground made for growing plants, no. Very few here have that knowledge. But Nandru did speak of a garden from time to time. He created the Wardens of Solace to oversee that garden specifically. No one can say for sure what the garden meant to him, for none has set foot there. I fear I cannot help you beyond that. What more can I do to enlighten?
Vodka, huh? Guess the Pargrunen have that in common with that here.
Nandru looked to Wodaka for inspiration when he created the traditions and laws of Solace.